The year 1848 was a turbulent time in Europe. There were revolutions sweeping across the continent, with people demanding an end to absolute monarchy and the beginning of democratic reform. Many of the key issues that are discussed in philosophy today have their origins in this period. Problems such as relativism, subjectivism, and nihilism emerged from the breakdown of traditional values, customs, and institutions that took place at this time. The results included the loss of meaning and the feeling of alienation that are so widespread in society today. The Danish philosopher and religious writer Søren Kierkegaard lived through this dynamic period and wrote his best-known works in the 1840s and 50s. He gave one of the most penetrating analyses of the complex set of issues that we associate with modernity. But somewhat surprisingly, he sought insight into this not in any modern thinker, but rather in an ancient one, the Greek philosopher Socrates. In connection with his polemical attack on the Danish church in 1855, Kierkegaard wrote, "The only analogy I have before me is Socrates. My task is a Socratic task." Here, in the context of a dispute about the nature of Christianity, he oddly harkens back not to a Christian writer, but rather to a pagan philosopher. What does it mean when he enigmatically claims that the task of all of his writing and activity was a Socratic task? Less than 2 short months after writing these words, Kierkegaard died at the age of 42 on the 11th of November, 1855. In this course, we wish to take this enigmatic statement as our point of departure to try to understand the complex and multi-layered thought of Søren Kierkegaard. Why did Kierkegaard think that Socrates had an important message for us in modern times? And why did he wish to imitate Socrates in his own life? What message does Kierkegaard have for people like us today, negotiating our way through the uncertainties of the modern world in the 21st century?